is in need of a second date update this morning, and we're going to do our best to do what we do. Hi, Janet. How are you?
Hi, guys. Nice to talk to you.
You too.
Nice to talk to you. Have you ever been on second date update before?
No, this is the first.
Okay. Well, welcome in. Let's start for the beginning. How did you meet Corey, and how'd that first date go?
Right. So I actually met him at a dive bar when I was out with a couple of friends, not looking to meet anyone. And we were playing pool, and these guys just started talking to us, and we got along really well. And pretty quickly, they were buying us drinks, and we were having a really good time talking with them and, goofing around. One of my friends was really hitting it off with one of the other guys, and they kind of were off on their own. Then they ended up leaving together, so I was left with Corey. And there was, a lot of chemistry there. He was flirting a lot, and I was taking it all in, and it was super fun and all that fun stuff.
So you didn't feel like you were, oh, great, now I'm stuck with this guy.
Or pissed at your friend for abandoning you.
I mean, for a half a second, but, it worked out kind of thing. We were having a good time before, and then it just kind of got better. And, the night wound down, and I was like, dang, I have to get an Uber because my friend left me, and he offered to split the ride with me. And so we get the Uber and go back to my place. I invite him in, and we have a lovely time. And he left the next morning super happy and, kissed me goodbye and said he'd talk to me later, and I haven't heard a word.
Oh, wow.
Now, have you ever, I know this, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, it's kind of a personal question. Have you ever had a one-night stand before on your terms?
I mean, yeah, I have, but we didn't click like this, and it didn't feel like that's what this was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
So you guys have each other's information. There should be nothing stopping him. If he wanted to get together, he would reach out. And that's
I don't, unless something else is going on.
Right.
You think he was feeling a connection worthy of exploring a potential relationship?
I thought so, yeah.
Was there any conversation like that? Hey, I think there's some possibility here. Or was there any future planning? We should really go together and try out this restaurant sometime. Or, it'd be fun to go to a UC basketball game or together or, anything like that.
Not specifically, but we did talk about hey, we should do this at some point or this or that. Nothing set in stone, but, we like a lot of the same bands and some are coming to town. So it was loose plans.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll call Corey and we'll see if there's any hope there of reunion, getting together again, hanging out as Second Date Update continues next with Jeff and Jen at Q102. Janet met Corey at a dive bar. She was out with some friends, and so was he. The two groups kind of intermingled, and her friend went off with one of the guys, leaving her with Corey, who turned out she had some pretty good chemistry with. By the way, is there a bar that's actually named Dive? That's a brilliant name right there. What are you going to call it?
There are some.
It's not a very impressive bar. Well, I'm going to call it Dive because that's what it is.
Here, I looked it up. There's one on Short Vine. Brilliant.
Oh, look at that. I hear it's actually a nice place, though.
It could be.
Yeah, so they went back to her place, and he left the next morning happy. And here we are. There were some inferences that led her to believe they might get together again. Hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do that. It's not like she's never had a one-night stand before, but this felt different. So we're going to call Corey and kind of put him on the spot a little and see if he's open to seeing Janet again. Is there anything else that I left out that you think is important, worth mentioning?
No, I think you hit them all.
Okay, cool. Let's call Corey.
Hello.
Hi, Corey.
Yeah.
Corey, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you?
Oh, no way. I listen to you guys all the time. Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
That makes it easy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, not much.
I've never been on the radio before.
Lucky you.
I
He's
love
got
this.
a pretty good voice. I feel like just from jump, I'm like, you might be good on this.
Well, listen, yeah, you do have a great voice, and you've never been on the radio before, so let's have a chat if you're up for
He
it.
sounds very friendly and energetic as well,
Very
which I
much
do
so.
appreciate.
Thank you.
By the way, we spoke to someone earlier this morning who had some nice things to say about you. You got some
Oh, yeah?
fans out there, and one of them is Janet, who you met recently at a bar, spent some quality time with, told us what a nice guy you are.
Okay.
And no, I mean, it wasn't anything bad. She just had said she was very impressed with you and thought you might be someone she'd maybe like to get to know better. When was the last time you
Okay.
guys spoke?
Just that. Well, I guess it would be like the morning after we met.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Did you feel any spark there at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, for sure. I got along with her. She's hot. You know, like we chatted a lot. We had a good time. Yeah, for sure.
You open to seeing her again?
No. This is the thing. I don't date. Like I'm not in the dating world. Like hooking up is one thing, and getting to know somebody. But yeah, I liked her. She's cool. She's fun. But maybe if I was dating, I'd be down. But I'm off the market. Like 25 is just the year for Corey. I'm just like focusing on myself.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I have two questions.
I've got. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Did you tell her that?
Well, not in so many words, but I just kind of thought it was kind of known.
Understood.
Like like what the score was. Like I didn't feel like we needed to talk about how this was just a one-time thing or whatever, but I thought it was just pretty well understood that that's what was going on, I just have a lot of friends that are engaged and married, and they just seem completely miserable, and I just don't want that for myself. I see how like just their lives kind of are over once they get married or engaged. And
Some people would say life begins. Some people would say life begins when
That's
you meet
right.
your partner, Corey.
That's right.
You don't know.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, that was my follow-up question was, why are you choosing to make this a year of Corey? Are you coming out of a really bad relationship or an ugly dating history of some sort? What has caused this pain, Corey, that is driving you to isolate yourself from love?
you know what? I just see a lot of people that are miserable in relationships and the whole dating thing. And I'm just, I'm being honest. I'm just focusing on myself. I don't care if that's considered like self-centered or whatever, but I'm just taking care of myself, and I don't really have a lot of time and energy to be focused on anybody else.
Yeah. Do you have like big career goals? Are you knee deep out there trying to make money?
No, not really. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm being honest. Like,
He's like, I just want
I'm
to get
pretty
laid.
much out here just off at this point.
Seriously.
I don't even really have many goals. But
What do you
Oh my
want?
God,
It's
you're like the
25.
ultimate challenge for a woman. You know that, right? 'Cause
Oh, God.
you are obviously charming, right? Charming, funny, got a sexy voice. Seems like
Knows
you
what he
have
wants.
Yeah.
very, very great personality. You're making it a year of you, and it's like women are going to try to be the one that
That ties
changes
them
your
down?
plans.
Yeah, but what
Turns
about
that on its head.
if you really, really, really liked somebody? You're still just gonna.
Are you open?
Yeah, like to even
What
maybe taking on a friendship with benefits, but yet still thinking about yourself.
Yeah, we've got Janet on the other line here. And Janet, if you want to jump in and join the conversation.
What are you thinking, Janet?
Like, do you see Janet as someone you could potentially do stuff with and have fun with, whether you're in a relationship with her or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if, like I said, like if I was dating, then sure. But I'm just not doing that right now. I don't really see it.
He's all about loving and
It's
leaving.
not my bag right now.
What are you thinking as you listen to this, Janet?
I mean, you could have told me that before you slept with me.
I mean, yeah, but then I guess my question to you is, would you have slept with me?
Probably not, but that's answer enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I asked Janet earlier if she had ever had a one-night stand before, and you answered yes. And I'm curious, like when you have a one-night stand, I would ask anyone who's had a one-night stand, who goes through the discussion? Like, how do you know it's understood, or is it understood?
How do you know it is one?
I did. I had that discussion with Scott.
Yeah.
The first night that I
told
met him, I was like, if we were to hook up, I don't want to talk again because it's very, like the way that we met was we met through mutual friends. And usually when like mutual friends are hooking you up or whatever, and you decide that you don't want to, like the ghosting part comes in, it gets really weird because it's like, well, why isn't he calling me? Or why isn't she calling me? And does she like me? What did she say? And I didn't want any of that because I had been down that road before with like the friend putting you guys together. And we didn't do anything. Like we made out and then we just became friends and then ended up dating like, a year later. But I think you got to put that conversation out there.
Maybe, but I don't. In the moment, it kind of ruins the vibe.
Yes, it does.
That's true. You don't want to kill that.
Which is why, as a guy, like if you as a woman saying that to a man, he was kind of like, "Oh, okay." So that was like kind of like a lock on getting him to call me again.
It was all with purpose.
I wouldn't say that it always works out. This might be a very typical, like not typical situation.
Well, Jan, I apologize. We kind of filibustered here today, and we haven't really given you much of an opportunity to speak. I'm sorry.
I mean, I got my answer, so
yeah,
I guess it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you putting yourself out there anyway. And Corey, thank you for taking the call and for being so honest. It was a bit on the blunt side, but we don't want it any other way. I guess.
Refreshing.
Yeah. Well, and like, I hope she's great, has a great life, all that jazz. And it was fun. And, no hard feelings, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you both for coming on Second Date Update. Best of luck to you in the future.
All right.
Sorry, Janet.
It's all right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening